Hello, everyone, and welcome to the best and worst of Walt Disney World, brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. Be sure to visit them on the web at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Get started on booking your next Disney vacation today. It will cost you nothing, and it helps support the show. I am your host, Ryan O'Clavin, and in this week's episode, we're going to be doing something a little fun. We're going to be doing our best park picks for when we're excited to kind of go back and enjoy the parks again. And what we've done is scramble up. So everybody's got a different park. So and they're only going to talk about that one park. But to have me to help me have this conversation this week, we have Denny Sunderly,
Hi there.
Jackie Gailey,
Hi, guys.
and Craig Williams.
No, hoy hoy.
And me again. This was actually Craig. This was kind of Craig's idea because I was saying, oh, we should talk about things we're looking forward to when the parks reopen. And then he said, how about we just pick some of our favorite things? So what we're going to do is 3 attractions, a snack, a restaurant, and then a hotel that is affiliated with that park. So I am actually going to have Craig Williams go first because he has the Magic Kingdom.
Yes, I do. You could argue that I have some of the toughest choices at all because I have a ton of attractions that I could choose from. Not a lot of great restaurants to choose from in that mix as well, but then also a lot of iconic snacks that truly do taste best in the Magic Kingdom. So I had a lot of hard decisions to make with this, but in terms of the attractions where I'll start, I thought the easiest decision for me to make immediately was getting some redemption from our bracket episodes on Magic Kingdom and saying that one of the must-do attractions for me at Magic Kingdom in my top 3 is Splash Mountain. It is just... I still personally believe it should have won that bracket, even over Haunted Mansion, but that is just my opinions on it. But again, how can you get much better than Splash Mountain? It's got that storytelling. It has the thrill aspect. It has iconic music. It has everything, and it's got that nice long length to it. So it actually feels like whatever amount of effort you put into waiting or struggling to get a fast pass, whatnot, it feels like you are getting the most out of your time spent with it. So for me, Splash Mountain is absolutely a must-do at the Magic Kingdom. For my second pick, I'm actually going to keep the thrill aspect up, and another attraction that I feel like got kicked out too quickly on our bracket shows, I'm going to say Space Mountain, because I will say that I disagreed with a lot of the choices that were being made on it, and I am one of those rare people that I love Walt Disney World Space Mountain. I love the ricketiness of it. I love the thrilling aspect of it as a 6'3" person that barely fits into those ride vehicles. I love that I feel like actually terrified to ride it because I might hit my hands or head off something. And I've ridden it when the lights were on for a portion of the attraction, and I know I'm fine, but that will never go away. But I love it. And the Star Tunnel music is like it's iconic, and to me it's classic Magic Kingdom. Like I can't, if I was vacationing down here from Pennsylvania or any of the places I've lived, I couldn't imagine doing a trip where you just skipped by Space Mountain, kind of the same way with Splash Mountain. It's just it's a must do. And then for my final pick on that, I'm going to have to give a little bit of love to Haunted Mansion because, even though it did win our bracket challenge, it still is you can't have all thrills all the time. You need something else thrown in, and Haunted Mansion has it all. It has the story, it has expert Imagineering. It's just a wonderful ride that anyone can enjoy, of all ages. Maybe you're afraid when you're a little bit younger, and that's rightfully so, but at the same time too, it's it's pure fun for all ages, and I think that's important to have on a list. So, anyone have anything to say about my attraction choices?
Craig, I did notice you were not in Adventureland at all with your attractions.
I was not. So I love the spirit of Adventureland more than I love necessarily what's in Adventureland. So especially when I don't want to make this is Walt Disney World, not Disneyland. But when you look at the knockout punch of Disneyland having Indiana Jones Adventure plus Jungle Cruise plus the Enchanted Tiki Room, I feel like a superior version of the Tiki Room. I feel like Disneyland's Adventureland speaks more to me, where ours is just a smushed of ingredients from different cultures all around, and a pirates that I don't really enjoy, a Tiki Room that I feel is subpar, the magic carpets. The only thing I truly love in our Adventureland is the Jungle Cruise. So it's a little bit tougher. But
started out so positive, and here we are.
Yeah, I have to
The slippery slope.
Every now and then I just have to digress a little bit with it, but I'm going to just go ahead and finish up my
give
Magic
us your
Kingdom.
snacks.
Yeah. So for the restaurant that I would choose to eat at the Magic Kingdom, this was a tough one, but I was just talking about it in a different recording. I know the Plaza isn't the most extravagant or adventurous restaurant at Walt Disney World or even the Magic Kingdom, but there's something about it that's just simple food done well in an environment that if you have a seat where you can see Cinderella Castle perfectly, it's really awesome. And I've loved everything I've ever had there. And I feel like it's also, it's simple food, but the price doesn't seem to be too extravagant. One of the rare places that I'm willing to go and say, okay, I'll pay $18 for this hamburger and not feel like I'm getting a bad deal out of it and get the milkshake and everything with it. So I would choose Plaza to eat at. And for a snack, I think I'm going to be really bold on this one. I'm going to say that I would choose for my one snack in the Magic Kingdom to be the Cheshire Cattail. Because
I've never had that.
It is excellent. I don't eat these very often because I think they are a lot to take in. It's not a simple snack to eat, especially in a hot Florida day. There's a vlog of Rhino and I eating one of these years ago.
Melting in our hands.
Yeah, it melted in our hands, but it is like a cinnamon roll on the next level with chocolate. And I something about it I love that it's themed. And I love how it tastes. It's a really iconic snack for me that I feel like with other snacks you can find in the Magic Kingdom, you might be able to get them in other parks, but Cheshire Cattail, you have to get that at the Cheshire Cafe and have it there. And then I don't know if we mentioned it in the opening, but we said we would also pick one hotel from the resort area around where we're at. Yeah. And so I have a lot of hard choices in that regards because, of course, Magic Kingdom has Polynesian Contemporary, Fort Wilderness, Wilderness Lodge, Grand Floridian. So that's some hard choices to make on which one I would choose out of all of those. But ultimately, I think I would choose Fort Wilderness.
Yes,
Wilderness Lodge is my favorite resort, but Fort Wilderness, if it's like a dream thing and I have the golf cart and I have unlimited money and I'm staying in a cabin and no one else is in the loop and I feel like I'm all off by myself, then you can't get a much better resort stay at Walt Disney World than that. So those are my choices.
Well, those are some good choices. I definitely agree with your resort. I like your that you didn't go with an obvious Magic Kingdom treat, I feel like. At least, we always talk about Dole Whips and churros and stuff like that, and so it's nice that you pick something different. And now it just makes me, 1, hungry. 2, I really want to be on one of those rides right now. But, Jackie, why don't you go next? You have Epcot, okay?
Yes.
So tell us your attractions. What 3 attractions are you going to do at Epcot?
Okay, so I miss Epcot, actually, because Epcot is the park that I haven't been to in the longest. So in the longest amount of time. And so I really miss it. And what I always do is I make our fast passes and I do Spaceship Earth. We do that last on our way out of the park because I love that attraction. And if you guys want to laugh, I didn't realize that that was a slow moving attraction the first 3 times I went to Walt Disney World. And so I wouldn't go on it. And my family wouldn't go on it either.
Did you think it was a roller coaster?
I did. And I thought it was going to like go upside down and do all these crazy things. And
That's awesome.
I knew nothing about any websites that told you things like this. And I just didn't know what I was doing. And so I was scared to go on that attraction. And then I started really reading things. And when I realized that it was a slow moving ride, I could hardly wait to get there and go on it. And it is legitimately one of my very favorite attractions there because I just love everything about it. I love the smell. I love how the smells change in the different scenes. And I love the just that Apple computer, you know,
Yeah.
like I remember having a computer like that on my desk at my first job. I mean, like, okay, I'm not that old, but I am. So whatever. But just really cool. And then, but before we ride that, Living with the Land is one of our very, very, very favorites also. So we never miss that attraction. I love it. I love how they have those plastic molds that they put around the baby fruits and vegetables so that they grow shaped like a Mickey head. Oh, I just think that is the coolest thing. And I love how you can see that they switch plants out and they, you know, sometimes there's plantains and sometimes there's cacao beans, sometimes there's vanilla beans. I mean, it's just really cool. So, and, you know, I couldn't believe that they switched things out on a regular basis like that. So I'm fascinated by it. And I love the fact that they use a lot of the food that they grow there in the restaurants in Epcot. I think that's just really amazing. Yeah. So, and then my last favorite attraction is the boat ride in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I love
the Grand Fiesta.
Caballeros. Yeah. Yes, the Grand Fiesta tour. Thank you. Love the Mexico Pavilion. And I visited my grandma when I was 8 years old. She used to live in Beverly Hills, and so I went down there, and she took me to Tijuana when I was there. And I'll never forget that trip because I saw the markets, the outdoor markets in Mexico. I mean, we saw the real live markets that look like the markets inside the Mexico Pavilion. And so walking into that pavilion is so cool to me. And it's like a flashback to when I was 8. And then you walk over and you get on that little boat ride and you sail through all these little market scenes. And oh, I just love it. I cannot wait to get on those 3 attractions. I want to go right now.
Well, you got a difficult choice here when it comes to like a snack at a restaurant too. So what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about those options?
So for the restaurant, I have to go with Les Chefs de France. Have to go with it because when I stayed, my husband and I stayed at the Riviera Resort back in December. We took a Skyliner over from Riviera to Epcot, and we walked around the corner and had the most lovely dinner at Les Chefs de France. And that was the first time I had ever eaten there.
Oh,
so yeah,
love it,
and
love it.
I mean, my husband loved it so much. I loved it so much. We had such a fantastic evening, and our server was he was so cool, and the food was just unbelievable. And we just felt like that was the best thing ever. And we cannot wait to go do that again. So we had our wedding anniversary last month, and we had plans to go and spend the night down at Disney and have dinner there again. And we didn't get to do that with the closure. But as soon as everything opens back up, we're all over that. So, and if we have dinner early enough and we can walk around for a couple of hours, we would stop over at Carmel Couche. I always am not sure about how I pronounce that. Is that
That's
It's
is that
Couche.
right?
I love Couche, but it's
touche.
Touche. Yeah.
Küche is the German.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's.
I am so way off with
But
that.
please, please call it Couche.
Okay, I will. I like that. I like Couche, so I'm just going to go with that since, there we go. So a couple hours to walk off dinner, then head on over there, and they have this, it's a bar, and it's on some kind of white, like, some kind of a crust. It's like a shortbread almost.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has caramel on the top of it. And that thing, it's like chewy and gooey and unbelievable. I mean, first of all, when you walk into that little store, the smells in there are just
Magic.
magic. Yes.
So good.
You almost just get everything you need from smelling that, because you look at the case and you can't even make a decision of what you even want, because there's so many things that just look unbelievable. And so, that square, and I wish that I knew what it was actually called. I tried to figure it out.
Well, I'm sure the internet will tell us.
Yes.
They will tell us.
They love to
Yes.
tell us everything we don't know.
They
So,
do, right? They jump at that chance.
yes, they
Yeah.
sure do. They're just waiting for it. So,
They are. They're my favorite. See, look at that. I'm helping them.
you're giving them
By-
something to do.
Exactly.
So, I'm sorry, did I miss it? Did you say Riviera would be your resort of choice as well?
No, actually, no. Although I do absolutely love Riviera, love it, and I would stay there in a heartbeat. I have to choose Beach Club, and I've had a few stays at Beach Club over the years, and I've stayed on the DVC side, I've stayed on the non-DVC side, and I love everything about it. I love the feel of it. I love the restaurants that are around that area. I love that when you, on a hot day, if you want to go to the park for a couple of hours, you throw your swimsuit on under your clothes. And then when you walk back to your resort room and you're hot, you hop in the pool as soon as you get there. You don't even have to do anything else. You just hop right in the pool. Done. And it just makes the evening fantastic. So have to choose Beach Club. Love it.
It sounds like you put together a nice little day for yourself, you and Jerry. So well, let's hop on over to Denny. You have Animal Kingdom. So I want to know what your choices are at Animal Kingdom.
It's going to be a wild adventure, Ryan.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. So, I'll start with my 3 attractions.
Okay.
I wanted to try to get a little bit of just a sampling of different, so that you can get the full experience for Animal Kingdom. This was hard because there were other things that were kind of weighing in, but I'm going to stick with what I picked. So very, very first is Expedition Everest. Asia is my favorite area in the park. There's something about, especially at night when the lights are all glowing, the lights that are just strung across. I love everything, all the ephemera and Gupta's gear as you walk by. I love the mysteriousness, the mystique surrounding Expedition Everest, the queue, the whole 9 yards. Fantastic. And I just, that attraction is what I'm drawn to the most in the park. Love it, love it, love it. So Expedition Everest to begin with.
Okay.
Then we've got to get a little taste of Pandora, because Pandora is the new addition to the park, and that's got its own little, environment mystique going on. So we're going to go over to Flight of Passage. And of course, we've got fast passes to all of these, and we don't have to wait in line for anything. So we're going to Flight of Passage. We're going to get that whole vibe and just the cutting edge that Flight of Passage is, the cutting edge attraction. So, and then we'll take the back exit out of Pandora World of Avatar, and we'll head over and have a lovely late afternoon Kilimanjaro safaris. So that's that's the crowning jewel of the park, getting to see those animals, getting to jump in that van and realize, oh my gosh, we're not on a track right now. This is actually a free moving vehicle, and that cast member is actually driving. And you never know what you're going to, see, what animal is going to cross in the path in front of you that you've got to wait just a minute to get past. And it is something that both young and old love. And it's a lot of fun. So those are my 3 attractions.
Okay.
There are lots of honorable mentions, but those are my top 3 that I would go to. For snack, I would head to the Harambe fruit stand, and I would get the Simba pretzel. I love Mickey pretzels, and I know you guys are probably like, oh my goodness, it's a pretzel.
I thought you were going to say like banana, and I would be like, you can have that right now,
I just ate one before we went on air, so I'm good. I don't need a banana. But it's the Simba shaped pretzel, and it's really cute and perfect for Instagram. You can hold them up toward the sun. I did that with my youngest months and months ago. We're just goofy like that, but it was a lot of fun. And that's a really cool, if you are looking for fresh fruit like a banana or strawberries. My sister swears by those strawberries. They're always perfect there at the Harambe fruit stand, and they're not expensive.
Okay.
So for my meal, we're going to Satu'li Canteen, and good gravy. We used to go in to Animal Kingdom. My family, we'd just head over there, and we'd head to Yak and Yeti, and we'd get the honey chicken, and we'd sit down by the water and just enjoy it. And so much fun. Many evenings, afternoons doing that. Satu'li Canteen has now replaced that. I will go to Animal Kingdom with the sole purpose of eating cheeseburger pods at Satu'li. And it is true that they've taken the adult cheeseburger pod entree off of the menu, but you can receive the adult portion, which is 2 cheeseburger pods, on special request. So, because I about cried when I saw that they had been taken off the menu.
Those are amazing.
They're so good. They're so good.
I didn't even realize how much I missed it till you just said it. But the bowls, I'm like, now I'm doing my grocery delivery this week, and I'm thinking like, maybe I should get all the stuff to make like a Satu'li Canteen sort of evening or something like that.
Ooh.
That would be great.
Yeah.
You'd have to film that, okay?
Oh, yes.
We'd love to see that.
Definitely.
For the resort, kind of limited if you're looking at something that's specifically Animal Kingdom related or in the vicinity. But I will say Animal Kingdom Lodge. I had the privilege to be able to go on their tour that they do of the art that is located throughout the lobby back in January, and that was amazing. And they do those tours regularly for guests, from what I understand. So please take advantage of that resource. The cast member who led it was amazing, fascinating gentleman, and helped to break down and explain a lot of the meaning behind the artifacts that are located throughout the lobby that you're not going to get even if you're reading those plaques, you're not going to fully understand what they are and their significance. Also, Animal Kingdom Lodge, this is one thing he said, is the houses the greatest amount of African artifacts outside of the continent of Africa. So pretty cool that we've got that right here at Walt Disney World.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I've done some of those tours. I did it for the Wilderness Lodge in Disneyland, and it was really interesting. You learn a lot about the stuff that went into it. And I just said Wilderness Lodge at Disneyland. That's not a
It's
place. That
okay.
is not a place. The Grand Californian. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just want to go to Disney.
Oh.
So okay, so for me, I'm last here, and my park came up as Hollywood Studios, and this is I like legit. I think when we can go back, I think this will be the first place I want to go back because I'm starting with the snack, and that snack is a Ronto wrap. I am going right there when the park's open, no question. That's the first thing I want to have. I'm going to really enjoy that. And then I am going to go on Rise of the Resistance because I also love that attraction. And we did a watch party for May the 4th that was just reminded me how much I enjoy it. And now that we've made our own little fun inside jokes about it, I want to go back and enjoy those in place in the attraction. I know what you're thinking.
Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah, how brave. So I want to do that. I want to. Then I'm making it like pretty much like Star Wars kind of day. Well, it's hard because I'm thinking Smuggler's Run because while we've been in quarantine, I watched all of Clone Wars, or almost done. I'm on the end of season 5, and like I didn't know Hondo Anaka was a character from that show. I didn't know. There's a lot of stuff that really kind of shows up that I just didn't know before. So I'm really looking forward to getting back and like immersing myself into that atmosphere. And then it's tough because like it's like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway or Slinky Dog Dash. That's where I'm kind of divided.
Yeah, that's right. You see, that's the bad part with you getting Hollywood Studios because there was no way Tower of Terror would not be on. Like that would be on my list. But for you, since you're a little scaredy cat, you're gonna leave it off of there. So I'll respect it from that. But did you officially add Smuggler's Run to your list as one of the 3?
I think I am because I know it's stupid, but I after having watched that Clone Wars, and I'm literally left off on a Hondo Anaka episode before we did this, that I was like, I can't wait to go rewatch that weird animatronic again. But
it's funny you say that because when I watched through Rebels and got to know him, I thought the exact opposite. I'm like, this is one of the worst characters ever created.
Oh, he's
since
a
Jar Jar
horrible.
Binks.
He's a horrible person though too. He like shows up, he kidnaps kids, he tries to steal everything, and all I could think, like, I just finished with the episode where he's basically trying to murder little Jedis, and I was like, what was the thought process behind having this man host this attraction, and why would Chewbacca let him borrow the Millennium Falcon?
Yes.
So there's some investigating I need to get down to there, and then oh. My dog is not happy about it. So I think I would I think from there I'm gonna do Runaway Railway. I think I'm gonna go Runaway Railway because we also watched it. We did a watch through of that again, and I did have the opportunity to experience it a couple of times before the parks closed. But it's one of those things where it'll be nice to go see Mickey Mouse again, right? And like go see him in person and have an adventure with him and Goofy, and so those are my 3 attractions. And then I said the snack, and my restaurant is actually one that I haven't dined at before, but I had made plans to dine at before everything went down, and it is Sci-Fi Dine-In. And I was just thinking,
fun.
I thought it would be cool to kind of get in that atmosphere, nice social distancing because you're in your own little car, right? So you have your own little car, and I miss going to the movies. And when I lived in Massachusetts, there was a drive-in up there in Mendon that I really liked, and so this kind of, for me, it's like that combination of we've been cooped up, but we get to go out to a restaurant and like see a movie at a drive-in, and so it feels like the perfect like thing for me right now. The resort is a little bit harder because we're staying at the resort, right? You guys all imagined it as if you were staying there.
Yeah,
Because if I was going to pick a resort to like go to, I'd want to go eat at Sebastian's at Caribbean Beach, but I don't know that I'd want to stay there. So I was thinking It's so weird, but I guess on the Hollywood Studios loop, I can't include Coronado. Doesn't count for that, right? That's considered Epcot's. Yeah, so I would pick maybe.
Coronado would be more Animal Kingdom.
Oh,
It's
okay.
in that area.
That's the third time my doorbell has rung since we started recording. If you can hear my dogs barking, so I love everything.
Timing is amazing, right?
Yeah. But
You basically have like the boardwalk, beach club, yacht club, anything on the Skyliner line to choose from. So like a Pop Century, Art of Animation, Caribbean Beach, as you've already mentioned. You've got some solid choices. Basically the same as Epcot.
I know this is crazy, but I was always kind of jealous or upset that when I did my 7 and 7 a couple years ago, I had to stay in an unrefurbished room at Pop Century, and having seen those refurbished rooms, there is a part of me that I kind of want to go back there, because then I can also wander into Art of Animation and go to Landscape of Flavors, but I have some nice memories with some of our Australian listeners, Dave and Barb, having some margaritas around at the pedal. What's it called?
Couloir. Yeah.
Okay,
pedals.
it's just pedals. Okay, I was like,
Yep.
the pedal pusher? That sounds weird.
No, it's just pedals.
No, I kind of like, I guess I'm drawn to like those happy places. You know what I mean? Like it was hard for me not to pull up Baseline Tap House, but you can't dine there. But it's more about the social aspect that I'm craving right now, and just getting back into those pockets of like, I feel good, I feel relaxed in these places. So yeah, I had some weird choices, but
I like your sci-fi dine-in choice. I would have definitely given you Baseline, though, because they have the massive pretzel, they have the charcuterie plate. So
I would have counted that as a snack, though.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. If you eat enough pretzels, eventually it can become a meal.
Yeah, that charcuterie board's my favorite on property right now.
I do love the
It's
charcuterie. I love the board. I just love having like, it's one of those things where like it's very hard for me not to get it when I'm there now, and I'm like, I can't keep spending. I don't got that charcuterie board money. So I don't have it. So yeah. I don't know. Maybe I skip a third attraction, and my third attraction is Baseline Tap House. We'll cut
There
out
you
Smuggler's
go.
Run.
Okay.
I'll cut out Smuggler's Run, and my third attraction is people watching at Baseline Tap House. There it is.
There you go.
Well, we'd like to hear what your picks are. Anybody out there who's watching, you pick one park and give us those. You give us your attractions, your snack, and your dining option, and your resort that you'd like to stay at. But just some fun, fancy daydreaming here while we all stay cooped up. But I hope everybody is staying happy and healthy out there. We hope that you enjoyed this content. If you did, you can help support us by booking your next Disney vacation with Dreams Unlimited Travel, and visit them on the web at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. It will cost you nothing, and again, you will just help support us and keep us employed and making stuff. So that would be nice. But thank you, everyone, for having this conversation. Thank you, and everyone, for listening and watching. And we'll see you next time with another episode of The Best and Worst of Walt Disney World. Bye.